And he said, I know a story. I know a story I'm going to talk about. It's a person, he has two sons. And I think he called him the prodigal son, you know, and the person that had these two sons, he had one wise one and one a little wiser than the other. What he done, the older one, he would go to the fields and he would work.
Yes, sir.
And the young one, he would complain. And the father had some wealth saved up. He was going to give them to them after he'd gone on. But you know, just like some of the younger, I have some young boys too. You know, I had some young boys, like young grandkids. You know, but he would complain. It's always a complainty in the situation where you are. You know, he didn't want to work. He kind of like wanting something for nothing. He wanted something before time. So he required that whatever was left up into him, and he wanted to get it earlier so he can go out and sow his wild oats or wild seeds or some of that sort. And even father knew that wasn't the real thing to do. But after he started complaining about this situation for a while, he decided, said, okay, you take this. You take this and go ahead on. But the sad story about this is that he took the little wealth that he had coming to him. Oh no, the older son wasn't proud about this, but he took it and he went on off sowing his wild oats. You know, your stomach sometimes can talk to your head. It's a part of the body too. So he went on out and he sowed his wild oats, running and doing this and the others all out. But you see, his funds ran out. And his stomach got to talking to his backbone, some of the terms we use that old time. You know, he realized that it's his associates turned his back on him. He wound up going out into the hog pen, eating with the swine. See, somebody was talking to him. See, he had to get down and think about, God telling him where his joy was coming from. So he went on off into this place and he ate this food with the swine, and there weren't anymore. But his mind came to him. He said, at home, my father has plenty. And all I have to do, kind of paraphrase it here, just to get back home. But even that father, you know, he was walking and standing on the porch and looking down the road to see when his son was coming back. Apparently he knew sometime in life that he was going to be coming back because he had nowhere else to turn. So he waited and waited. And make this kind of short, so he looked down the road. He kept walking out on the porch, you know, and he looked down the road to see if he seen him coming. And after that, he looked down and he looked a second time and he seen him coming. The father didn't do like some people would do. He didn't just say, well, you wandered off and you didn't run to me. So you walking to me, now I'm not going to run to you. You know, blood is thicker than water. So he ran down there and grabbed him and hugged him and kissed him on his neck. And long story short, so he brought him back in and he gave him some food and some new garments to put on, slippers on his feet. Here comes the problem. The son that went out in the field was working all this time. He heard some music up towards the house. And he got a little dismayed because he said, this never happened for me. You never done this for me. And now he did this and you haven't worked, and you're doing this for him. He threw a party for this young person. But the end of this story from right there is, joy comes in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Joy comes in the morning. He realized his mistake. And another thing about this situation, though, our joy comes this morning. He comes every morning before we leave home and have to get to church. Jesus said, joy comes in the morning. Rejoice for every time somebody goes down in the water grave of baptism and come up and makes the statement before he goes, I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. And he said, why you didn't know? He already had done and said what you had to do. And continue on doing the thing that you're supposed to do. God will give you a home, eternity. Joy comes in the morning. Right. Sometimes we miss our joy, about not catering to such things that become sound doctrine. Sometimes we miss our joy, about sometimes saying too much and sometimes not saying enough. But death, burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Sometimes we don't go far enough, stay too long, and do the right thing. But we misses our joy if it happened like that. It is joy over one soul that has been baptized into Jesus Christ.
That's all right.
You don't have to be a million. It might turn to be a million just one at a time. And who knows who that person baptized will baptize or cause to be baptized. Sometimes, you don't have to be there. You just keep looking up.
Yes, sir.
Keep on looking up. Keep living it up. Sometimes people will get on your case, they be trying to steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let anyone take it from you.
Amen.
No one deter you from going a different way. You just keep on doing the right thing that you do. And you'll make heaven your home. I thank God, for every day.
Yes, sir.
Some of us in the same category, that we have young folks and old folks too, but young folks, I'm talking about children. I got some children and grandkids, sometimes they don't quite get it yet. But did I say older people have gotten it all together yet? Not really all these years, We step out of boundary. Sometimes we don't make our call on our election sure. We just go out and do whatever it takes. Get whatever you want. Instead of getting the thing that you need.
Amen.
We try to prove something to other people. There's no joy in that because, if you prove something to man, and tomorrow he'll scratch you down your back. If you prove yourself to God, because God already knows
yes, sir.
What you do.
Yes, sir.
How long you do it and how you think. And you can't fool God. You can't fool man all the time. Sometimes us as an older head, we are kind of let you get by for a spell.
Right. Amen.
Our joy comes in the morning.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.